This is your 420 Radio News for Monday, March 10th, 2014. I'm Russ Belville. The California State Democratic Party has adopted marijuana legalization into their official party platform. On a unanimous vote, the state Democrats, quote, support the legalization, regulation, and taxation of marijuana in a manner similar to that of tobacco or alcohol, end quote. Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom noted how California led the way on medical marijuana in 1996, but has fallen behind Washington and Colorado on marijuana legalization. Quote, this is not a debate about stoners, said Newsom. You can be pro-regulation without being an advocate for drug use, end quote. The United Food and Commercial Workers, which represents over 1,000 medical marijuana workers, lobbied the Democrats for the inclusion. UFCW's executive director for the Western States Council explained, quote, this industry is here, so it is now time to legalize it and regulate it, end quote. While the Marijuana Control Regulation and Legalization Act technically has until next month to submit signatures for the ballot, it looks like legalization will not be voted on by Californians until 2016 at the earliest. Washington State Senate has passed a bill to reconcile medical marijuana with the state's new recreational marijuana system. SB 5887 will redefine medical possession limits from 24 ounces of usable marijuana to 21 grams of concentrate, 3 ounces of usable marijuana, 3 pounds of medibles, and 6.75 quarts of tincture. However, a doctor may recommend greater limits if a patient requires. Patients will be allowed to cultivate 3 mature and 3 immature plants, but again, a doctor can recommend an amount up to the current 15 plants. Collective gardens would be downsized from 10 patients and 45 plants to 4 patients and their combined limit. For the first time, a mandatory patient registry will be established to protect patients from arrest. The registry contains the tightest privacy controls of any medical marijuana state. Patients would still be allowed to shop the current loophole dispensaries until September of 2015 and will be exempt from all retail taxes, but still will face the grower and processor taxes included in the price. Fearing the popularity of legalization, police groups in California have finally proposed legislation to regulate medical marijuana dispensaries. Senator Lou Correa has introduced SB 1262, sponsored by the California Police Chiefs Association and the League of California Cities, 2 groups that have previously opposed any efforts to regulate medical marijuana. Quote, over 90% of the chiefs felt that regardless of how you felt about the marijuana issue itself, there needed to be a responsible public safety approach to this, end quote, said the president of the Chiefs Association, Covina Police Chief Kim Rainey. Now the groups fear if they don't advance a proposal more to their liking, advocates will succeed in passing something they don't like. We thought it was unwise to purely play defense, said League of California Cities lobbyist Tim Cromartie. Quote, we thought we needed to play offense, end quote. SB 1262 would require dispensaries to have local licenses and create stricter controls on how doctors can recommend medical marijuana. Testing of medical marijuana-infused edibles in Colorado by the Denver Post has revealed wildly inaccurate and variable dosages of the product. Steep Hill Halant, a state-licensed lab, found products listed at 100 milligrams of THC per serving to have levels as high as 160 milligrams and as low as 17 milligrams for the majority of products tested. One manufacturer, Dr. J's, was found to have next to no THC in their products, with readings of 0.2 milligrams, 0.3 milligrams, 0.5 milligrams, and 5 milligrams on 4 different 100 milligram labeled products. A spokesman suggested it may have been a bad batch, but with the 2 less than half milligram products purchased 2 months, 40 miles, and 282 batches apart from each other, that seems unlikely. Numerous dispensaries have dropped Dr. J's products, including Botanicare, which fielded over 450 complaints about lack of effect, and the Marijuana Enforcement Division is investigating. Medical marijuana enrollment in Colorado has become stagnant since the legalization of recreational marijuana. The state data shows 111,030 medical marijuana patients registered as of January 2013. In November 2012, there were 106,000 red card holders. Since 2009, the lowest number of patients was just under 6,000 and the greatest just over 128,000. Enrollment increased 950% in 2009, 124% in 2010, and 28% in 2012, while growth in 2013 was just over 2%. This has been your 420 Radio News for Monday, March 10th, 2014. I'm Russ Belville. Get your transcript of 420 Radio News at 420radio.org. When we come back, we'll go behind the headlines and take a look at the popularity of the medical marijuana amendment in Florida among GOP Senate districts. You're listening to The Russ Belville Show on 420radio.org. We'll be right back.